Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm showing you guys this 2022 Honda Civic Touring here. But in today's video, I want to know, is the new Civic worth buying? But I would like to give a special thanks to South Motors Honda for providing with the Honda Civic. If you're in the market for a Honda, you can come check out South Motors Honda and ask for Paul. He will get you to a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about the Civic here. This is all new for 2022. This is the 11th generation Civic. Let's talk about the exterior styling here. I like this Sonic gray exterior paint. Looks really good with the chrome and black accents here. These headlights are slimmed down. They're an LED turn signal and LED daytime running light with an automatic low and high beam. And Honda does equip this touring model here with LED fog lights here. There is front parking sensors here. I like the grille here. It looks really good. It makes the car look very bold and very sleek. I see some Audi and also some Accord features here. There's also the Honda emblem there front and center. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the 2022 Honda Civic. Looking at the side profile, let's start out with these tires and wheels here. These are a 235/40 Goodyear tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I do like the multi-spoke finish here. It looks really good here with this Sonic gray exterior paint. Taking a look at the side mirror cap here, there is this LED side marker. And up top, Honda just offers a standard size sunroof. Unfortunately, you cannot get a panoramic sunroof here on the 11th generation of Civic. The wheelbase for the Civic is at 107.7 inches with an overall length of 184 inches. But let's take a look at the rear of the Honda Civic. Looking at the rear, let's start out with these taillights here. They're going to be an LED combination with an LED brake light with an incandescent turn signal and reverse light. There's the Civic badge here, the Honda emblem, and the Touring badge on the right side of the vehicle. There's a backup camera here. And looking down here, there's going to be rear parking sensors with these reflectors integrated into the bumper. And there's no visible exhaust piece here. Honda actually hides it underneath the rear bumper. But open up the cargo bag here. Once it opens up, it reveals 14.8 cubic feet of space, and you can fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split. And underneath here, Honda does equip this with a temporary spare tire. Sitting in the interior of the Honda Civic Touring here, looking at this interior here, this interior is very nice, and this one does come equipped with the Bose audio sound system, which is a 12-speaker unit, and this is a 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But reaching over here and shutting the door of the Civic and starting up the Civic here, you guys can hear that 1.5T turbo come to life. As you guys can see, the gauges will do a nice sweep there. And you can customize this 10.2-inch digital display here. But looking at the door panel material, it's going to be a nice soft touch material. There is this aluminum door handle here with some gloss black trim. Over here is going to be the window controls and mirror controls. It is auto up, auto down for the driver and passenger, but not for the rear windows. There's additional storage and cup holder space. The dimmer switches is here, the parking sensors, stability control, the Honda sensing, and Honda does hide the trunk release button right here on the door panel. There's some gloss black trim here around the air vents. I like this honeycomb style grille here on the air vents. If you guys listen closely, it sounds like a joystick, which I think is a nice sound there. The headlight and turn signal stock is there, and this does have paddle shifters as well. I like the Honda emblem here in the airbag color. This is a 3-spoke wheel design, very nice chunky steering wheel here. There's some aluminum trim here. Then this is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. It offers a decent amount of range and adjustability. I'm surprised Honda didn't put a power operated steering wheel here on the Touring trim. The scroll wheel here does customize this LCD display here. You can go here to change the gauges here. Once you click that, you can go to gauge design here. It does show you a round look, which I already have it set to, or you can go to a bar, which it puts the RPM on the left-hand side and the speed on the right-hand side. And it does show you what's playing here if you guys have your phone connected. Nice high-quality leather with stitching here. The wind wiper stock is right there. Looking over here, I like the honeycomb style here on the air vents. Like I mentioned, nice high-quality sound here. Even on the air vent controls here, there's 3-level heated seats. There's no cool seats on the Civic. There's some hard buttons here for the front and rear defogger. Putting the Civic into reverse here, it does reveal a backup camera with different angles around the vehicle. Kicking into drive and putting it back into park. Nice high quality leather here around the shift knob there. This is the drive mode selector here, which shows you sport, normal, and eco. So there's only 3 different drive modes here in the Civic, and it also sounds like an Acura if you guys listen very closely to the sound, which sounds really nice. There's 2 cup holders here. There's this finger resistant trim here, but like I mentioned from the sport review, over here is going to be on gloss black material, so it does leave fingerprints. You guys will be constantly wiping this down if you have OCD. There's a automatic start-stop function here with electronic parking brake, and there's also a brake hold. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit, and like I mentioned, you can use the wireless function, but you cannot get the wireless function on the LX Sport. You can only get the wireless function on the EX and Touring trims. There's a 12 volt here with a USB port here, also with a fast charger there. But unfortunately, for some reason, the wireless Apple CarPlay was not connecting to my phone. I'm not sure why. But going here to the Google Maps, it does take up the whole 9-inch display here. Very crisp and very bright display here. Going here to the Honda head unit here, you guys can see the bright icons here. The touch response is very snappy as well. There's a dedicated home and back button here with this volume knob here. There's also sync and track here. Looking at the glove compartment, it does reveal a decent storage there. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like the way that they feel. And above me, there's just a standard sunroof. Unfortunately, Honda does not offer a panoramic sunroof here on this generation of Civic. Maybe for the next gen, fingers crossed. There's gonna be LED lights throughout the cabin. And that's also your sunglass holder there. You can also open or tilt this sunshade here. It's gonna be nice and padded here on the center armrest. It does reveal a decent amount of storage. There's no 12 volt or USB port inside there. And keep in mind, the Civic does not offer a lumbar support, but overall this interior is very impressive. I like the Bose audio sound system and also the technology that Honda is offering here in this generation of Civic. But let's hop into the back seat of the Honda Civic. Getting into the back seat here of the Honda Civic, shutting the door here, the material is going to be a nice soft touch material. There is going to be one map pocket back here for storage. There's 2 USB ports here. The floor back here is not flat, but you can fit a middle passenger here. But there's no air vents here, even on the Touring model. Pulling this down here does reveal 2 cup holders, and Honda says you get around 37.4 inches of legroom here in the back seat of a Civic. And I do have a decent amount of headroom here. I'm only 5'8", and there's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. Open up the hood here of the Honda Civic here. Like I mentioned from my previous Civic review, Honda will offer this with 2 different powertrains. The base models will get a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, which will make 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. If you guys don't want that powertrain, you have to step up to an EX or a Touring trim. This is the Touring trim that I'm showing you guys here. This has that 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, which makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. It's up by 6 horsepower and 15 more pound-feet of torque compared to the 10th generation of Civic. As the Civic sits here, weighs 3,077 pounds. Fuel economy for this 1.5T is rated at 31 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 34 combined. So it does get really good fuel efficiency here from this 1.5T. So starting off in the 2022 Honda Civic Touring trim, this has that 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. This makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. It's up by 15 pound-feet of torque and 6 more horsepower compared to the previous generation, which was a 10th generation Civic. This is the 11th generation. This rides on the same platform as the 10th generation, so it's a sturdy platform, very good platform. This does have Honda sensing, which includes forward collision warning, blind spot monitoring. Like I mentioned, from the Sport model, you have to get the EX or the Touring trim in order to get the blind spot monitoring feature. And Honda does equip this Touring very well. You have this 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I do like this 10.2-inch full digital display here. You can customize it like I showed you guys from the inside scene. Great visibility here out of the Civic. These side mirrors here are very decent. And that 2-liter was a really good powertrain as well. That one made 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. But let's see what this 1.5T does. And this is paired with the CVT. And the 1.5T goes about its business. The ride quality here is really good as well. Great visibility. And this one, since the Touring trim, it does come equipped with rain sensitive wipers. So of course right now it's raining here in Miami. So once the windshield wiper, once it detects that it's rain, the wipers will come on. But let's put into a sport mode here. The throttle gets a little bit more responsive. The transmission gets a little bit more responsive as well. Keep in mind this is a CVT. And this car just feels really good going around corners. The steering is really good and precise. This does have paddle shifters here. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like that this one does come equipped with a sunroof here, but Honda does not offer a panoramic sunroof here on the new generation of Civic. But once the turbo speeds up, it gets up and go. Like I mentioned, the ride quality is good. The powertrain is really good. To tell you guys the truth, I would go for the 1.5 instead of that 2-liter because this one makes more horsepower, and I like to, you know, basically put my foot to the floor here. But in Honda, they did update the CVT. Now has better ratios for better fuel economy and whatnot. Even though it's a 4-cylinder, it doesn't sound the best, but you're not really buying the car for how the powertrain sounds. And that's me using the paddle shifters. They're responsive in a sense. The steering is really good. Even in sport mode, it does feel very playful, so you can feel what the front tires are doing on the road. But the Civic does just get up and go. But most people are not going to drive it in sport mode. Me personally, I wouldn't drive this car in sport mode. I'm going to just leave it in normal or eco mode. But just driving here, the cabin is quiet. Like I mentioned, the visibility is really good because Honda, they pushed the A-pillar back by 2 additional inches, and they made it very slim here. So you have a really good commanding view around this vehicle. Even out of the rear here, you can see out of this vehicle really good. So you can fit your family, a small family in here. You get around 37 inches of legroom in the back seat. You have a decent sized trunk, which is at 14.8 cubic feet of space. The tech in here is really good. I like the full digital display here. I like the larger 9-inch display. The interior is very beautiful. There's a wireless phone charger here, cup holders, of course. I like the honeycomb style air vents here, and I like, it sounds like a joystick. Very nice sounding materials, even on the air vents here, like I showed you guys from the inside scene. But I legit have no complaints from the Civic. The ride quality is good, great driver's assistance, great technology in this vehicle, and you just can't go wrong with the Civic because Honda does offer really good reliability and durability. But I do like the Civic, and the Civic is a really good choice in the compact sedan segment. The starting price here for the Honda Civic Touring here is at $28,300 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Civic Touring here stickers for $31,080. The question I asked in the beginning of the video, is a new Civic worth buying? The simple answer for me is going to be yes, because this vehicle offers very sharp styling, great technology, and also it does have great reliability because it's a Honda. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive On Reviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.